Okay, Jay Giles. So we have some talented guys that we acquired in the undrafted free agency. We got a local kid, Ayer Asante, wide receiver as well. Um, and what was the other guy? Um, it was seven in all. Um, Casey Rogers, defensive tackle that you could put alongside Dexter Lawrence. Um, we got an edge rusher in Ovi Ogofu from LSU. So we added two guys to the offensive lineman in the undrafted free agency, and two guys to the defensive line in the undrafted free agency. Another cornerback who led the Pac-12 in interceptions. He's a ball hawk, as well as two more wide receivers in the undrafted free agency. So we've created a lot of competition on this team that people aren't even addressing. And these aren't scrubs. As I said, cornerback led the Pac-12 in interceptions. Wide receiver had 181 yards, 13 touchdowns on 54 catches. So these are not scrubs that we added to the team. And people are going crazy about us not drafting a quarterback, us not drafting offensive linemen. We got four free agent offensive linemen before the draft and then two undrafted. Six linemen on top of what we already have is creating a lot of competition, if you ask me. But let me say hi, read some of these chats, and then we'll let Coach take the floor. Nimmer says, Lou, would you live stream the next game tomorrow? I was thinking about it, but I think one of the guys is already doing it, so I'll just tap in with them. Um, Jose Rosario, Honey Badger in the building. What's going on, my brother? Tommy for one, Tommy, health and wealth to all. Same to you, my brother. Deception. Nice to have the boys back together. Yes, sir. Tommy, let's see about these Giants team going into camp. Should be competitive. A bunch of undrafted free agents that can earn a roster spot. Liam is a gem. Praying his game translates to the NFL. If so, we have a gunslinger. E-Man Perry, Uncle Lou, what's going on, Mr. Christopher Tony? Raphael, thank you for stopping by. Daniel Berry Sports Highlights. Hey, NYG Frank 87, what's going on? He says, my brother, what's good? God bless. Do you know when the 2024 season schedule will be released? Next week, sir. Coach Ed. Happy Sunday, says Daniel Berry. Ghost Dog Blue in the building. What's going on? Nimmer, again. Christopher Tony says, I'll say this. We can bitch about every player position. End of the day, it doesn't matter who we sign or draft. If they don't get the proper coaching, support, and development, nothing changes. I agree with you 100%, Mr. Christopher Tony. You get no argument from me there. Tudo! My brother from another mother with the $5 super chat says, massive salutes and respect to El Rey del Boricua, Little Bronx, Big Salem, big people, and slap all stinky, filthy boys losers, including moron Saquon. Loser. Everybody mad at Saquon. F him. He's not here no more. We ain't got time to be wasting thoughts on him. We need to get the playbook down and start getting this game going. I'm really intrigued by the running back, Tracy. Sup, Big Blue Crew? I believe NFL teams should invest in making youth academies like they do in soccer to target homegrown talent. I support that idea. Sorry, everyone in the building unfortunately can't stay here and chat. It's 2:51 a.m. here in Edinburgh. Go ahead and get your rest. We know you guys got to practice. Y'all got a season to tend to over there. Tommy for one, Tommy says, Giles wide receiver gets open like crazy. Asante wide receiver has moves with the ball. Altman Bell wide receiver is a monster. Porter wide receiver Mardner wide receiver invites to camp. Okay. Tudo, Ghost Dog, Tommy. Timothy Frith, good evening. DJ is the Terminator. What is going on? Shout out. Thank you to DJ is the Terminator for stopping by. It's my first time reading your name in the chat. Please hit that subscribe if you haven't done so already. I would greatly appreciate it. It's absolutely free and it costs you nothing to push that button. All right. Support a brother. Ghost Tony Martinez, Tommy, Coach Ed Nimmer. Jesus Martinez in the building. Christopher Tony says, Coach Ed, what's up? Right, forget Saquon. We got Tracy. Tommy, Tudo, Ovi, LB, Utah, hook 'em horns. We have a competition at camp. Yes, we do. Jarius, what's going on, my brother? Long time no see. Guys, if you haven't subscribed already, please do so now. If you have, hit the thumbs up button and share this video on social media platforms. If you have not subscribed to Coach Ed Gladney's Amazing World of Sports, please do so now as he's showing off his rings over there, gloating. You know what I'm saying?
No, I
What's
did
up,
that. I
Coach?
did that. I did that for a reason. DJ's a Terminator. This is my championship ring for the New Jersey Terminators
Oh, okay.
back in the early 2000s. So,
Javi.
but
Casey Rogers next to deck will be great. Yeah, he has a high motor. I've seen some of his film, man. Number 99 over there in Oregon.
Giles, I will say, I actually saw him last year um, when they played Florida A&M in the HBCU games, and if you look at his highlight, one of the first ones they show is where he goes up over two guys and snatches the ball over deep over the middle of the field with one hand. And I was like, wow, that kid looks like he's something. And I was surprised that we got him. The other factor is um, you're going to see across the league undrafted free agents making rosters because in college you had the 6 year seniors, the super seniors because of the COVID year. So a lot of talent is getting pushed down, especially when you have situations like this year where quarterbacks are getting drafted early. You know, you having some young guys getting picked up. So good quality talent, and these are veteran guys that have been in college for 4, 5, 6 years. They're gonna push out some veterans along the way because they're young, they're fresh, and they just need a little bit of coaching. They don't need a whole lot of molding. You don't need to let them sit on the practice squad for long. So, which is why DeVito got picked up last year because he played 5 years in college. So those are that's the benefit of people talk about COVID and it was that season was rough, but once this NCAA gave these guys an extra years, that's why guys like Giles could play an extra year, even at the D2 level, and show something where at least he's getting a camp invite or he's getting them picked up as a UDFA. So um, let me know how Joel stays open. High points of all. Yeah, exactly. He definitely does. And if you look at his film, I mean, they did a lot of vertical down the sideline. With his games, there's one clip where he actually runs a corner to the post and he got the DB turned around. So now he does have to refine his route running. There's a lot more that he has to do, but he has good hands. He's not afraid. He's not afraid to go across the middle, and he'll go up over anybody. So good size. Yeah, I think he was 6'2". I think he ran like a 4.5 40. So
Yeah,
while
6'2", 219 pounds. Yep.
so I mean, while he's not a 4.3 receiver, but if you develop him, I mean, he could develop into something as a possession receiver, or a boundary receiver who can go out there and go up and get the ball, which is what we've been clamoring for the longest while.
Yeah, facts. And well, I'm glad I got none other than Coach Ed here with me. He's a college football fanatic. So wouldn't have nobody else here with me to do this particular video. But DJ is the Terminator says, "Nice, Coach. I've been watching G Nation from the shadows. It's time for DJ's revenge tour. I can't wait for this season." Well, if you've been watching from the shadows, sir, it's time to come out the shadows and subscribe. Okay, it is absolutely free. It takes nothing but a second of your time. It costs you absolutely nothing to push that subscribe button. Stop being a ninja watcher from the shadow realm. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And while you're at it, make sure you go on over to Coach Ed Gladney's Amazing World of Sports and give him a subscribe as well, man. Don't be a ninja watcher all your life. That's horrible. Support the cause. We out here trying to do something positive on social media as opposed to all this negativity you hear. Will Jake Kubas be the Giants' starting right guard? No, I don't think he beats out Illuminor, but I think he has a pretty good shot of beating out Azudo
I don't think he
or
beats out.
Spivey.
I don't know. I think Stennett because of his experience and what he brings to the table. Now he might. Now, as far as McKeithen and Azudo, that's you can debate that, because right now they're high on the depth chart, but can he
That's
beat them
very
out?
interesting, Tony. That's
So
horrible, man. That's a
we'll see.
defeatist mentality. He said 7 and 10 wins, in my opinion. But everybody's entitled to their opinion. I'm not gonna say
Hmm.
you're wrong. I just want more than that. There you go. There's the link for Coach Ed Gladney's amazing
Thank you,
voice.
Tudo. I appreciate you.
Hey, go copy some merch. Tommy says Giles is great, gets open all the time, will come down with the ball. Asante is explosive with the ball, and Autumn Bell is a monster that will earn a spot for sure. But Liam is a gunslinger. Everybody keeps forgetting about Alex Johnson, the cornerback out of UCLA.
Hmm.
He's a good DB, ball hawk. Ovia go for a good addition to the edge rusher room as well.
Giles, I want to see come preseason how he does when the competition is a step up. I mean, I have to be honest. You're going up against JUCO and D2 talent. You have to step it up even more now. So when you get into camp and you get into the preseason game, that's when it's going to be real telling.
I want to
Preseason
touch on
games.
something that we were discussing earlier. We were debating this earlier
Mhm.
heavily with the Darius Slayton extension. Um, Now knowing that we have drafted Malik Neighbors, we drafted Jalen Hyatt last year, we drafted Wandell Robinson the year before that, um, and brought in Bryce Ford Wheaton as an undrafted, and now bringing in these two gentlemen undrafted.
Mhm.
Perhaps there is a reason they're not signing Slayton or negotiating until they see what this wide receiver competition shapes up like, and then they'll make a better informed decision on the Darius Slayton situation. So while some people may be upset about it and not know the ins and outs or the inner workings of it, it makes sense when you approach it from that standpoint. You
Mhm.
create competition there, you see how it works out, who's who, before you start dishing out money.
I mean, that makes a lot of sense. Lou, especially, you want to see what happens and you want to play that route, that role. I mean, you can also put it on Slayton's table. Well, look, we want to see what the young guys, are doing unless you come into camp and you really blow them away, which forces us to, you know, to pay you. So you're not going to like it, but like you said, it creates the competition. So, I mean, and that's the biggest thing because the UDFA, if they do make it and you move on from Slayton, and I'm not calling for that. Please do not
Right.
assume that's what I'm saying.
We're speaking
But
plain English here. There's no way to
yeah,
misconstrue what we're saying.
Lou, you be surprised.
Yeah, that's
You
all
be,
right. I'll combat it with sheer logic.
but I mean, again, when you think about it, in terms of, if you move on from Slayton, you're probably going to pay UDFA what he's getting right now. So tops 2 mil. So it goes into that realm. So you
And
know.
business wise, if a UDFA can come in here and produce similar or more or equal to what
Hmm.
he's doing for the difference in pay, it's a smart business move.
Yeah, exactly. So, and plus he's going to be younger, so you can keep him around a little bit longer. So,
Develop him, you know,
yeah.
his
So,
ceiling might be higher than Slayton's floor. I mean,
yeah.
his floor might be higher than Slayton's ceiling. You never know.
The only thing I wanted, the only thing I'm
What's
wondering
good, Doja?
is I see a lot. What's up, Doja? I see a lot of speed being added on the top end, and I know I believe that's what they want. I believe that they want a lot of speed and a lot of elusiveness and guys who are that. Now, I'm not saying guys who are route runners and they don't have top end speed or aren't someone that can contribute to this team. They can, but
Now,
they want speed.
as a guy who former offensive lineman yourself, and as a guy who watches these guys coming out of college, have you seen any tape on Jake Kubas, the guard out of North Dakota?
Yeah, I've seen a little bit of Kubis. I mean, I watch, North Dakota State, South Dakota State. Usually those linemen from those schools, they're those big, you know, mid. I don't even say Midwestern, Wyoming
They're six
area.
foot four, 308 pounds
Yeah,
guard.
they're ballers. Now I will say this: they're better in the run game. They're all better in the run game than they are.
Okay.
North Dakota, though, did have they play indoors, and I believe they have a mobile quarterback. So, they did do a little bit of, he's a dual threat, but they want to run. They want to run the football. That's what they are predicated on, up in that area. So, because you got to also think, like, here in Jersey, we see snow, we see winters, but it's nothing compared to up there. It's nothing compared to up there. So when it starts snowing, when you play outdoor games, what you're going to rely on is the run game, and you're going to plow and you're going to, you know, So I've seen a little bit of him, and from what I remember, he's that type. He kind of reminds me of Mason McCormick, who I loved from South Dakota State.
Okay.
A Mauler. He has to develop and work on his pass game. So and you question, can he handle quickness? But like O said, he has raw potential. He definitely does. So if you can get him, mold him, you might have a diamond in the rough somewhere down the road.
Okay. And then the other offensive lineman that we added was a tackle, Marcellus Johnson out of Missouri, 6 foot four
Mm-hmm.
and a half, 313 pounds. Another big agile guy.
Mm-hmm. And if you know that, what's the one thing you're noticing? They're not 360. They're 313,
Right.
320 in that range,
Yeah.
which goes towards what I was saying about speed. Because you look at your receivers, your running backs. Even Johnson, he
He's
for
getting faster on every level. Yeah.
exactly. So, and that's what they want to do. They want to be quick, and yes, quarterback processing is going to be important, but you want to get the football into your playmakers' hands as quickly as possible and put them in position to be successful. Whether it's vertical routes, crossers, little quick hitches, stick routes, whatever the case may be. You want to get it to them and let them make a move, make a play, because if they can make a defender miss, and that's the other thing about what's his name, Giles. He quite a few of times he will elevate and jump over defenders. He will do that. So that's something that's to his advantage. And defenders are going to be surprised initially. And there's one that clip that I saw that he caught a sideline pattern. Defensive back was off. He turned around, went straight up field, didn't go out of bounds, lowered his shoulder and trucked him and kept on running. So, he also has a level of toughness that, you will definitely like and appreciate. So, Google him or go onto YouTube, pull him up, scroll down. You'll see the highlight. I think I put it in the chat too, Lou, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Um, and it's some good. Now they encompass everything. I think they encompass his JUCO when he played at Virginia Union, and then also at Western West Florida. So
They didn't go O line because they wanted NFL proven players. Kubas has grit, needs some work, but will
yes.
develop into a role on the team, durable, nasty in the trenches. That's the kind of lineman we need. Um, Ghost Dog says, I like Kubas. Kid has raw potential, talent. Pause.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Them winners up
Winters
there
in
is
the Dakotas and Montana ain't nothing to
nothing.
F with, hands
Mm-hmm.
down. Yeah, I know. Missouri, too.
Mm-hmm.
William Barnes, offensive line, North Carolina. J.D. Duplain, offensive line, Michigan
Michigan
State.
State.
Chaz Neal, O line, FAU. Okay. Saquon Barkley is gone. Talk about the players that are here. Ain't nobody talking about Barkley. He's not even a thought here. We moving forward. Thank you for stopping by, Mr. Daniel Smith. Please hit the subscribe button and the thumbs up button and continue to engage in the chat. We love these conversations. How do you guys see the makeup of the O line coming out of camp? Well, right now the names on paper would be Andrew Thomas, obviously, um,
Mm-hmm.
Runyon,
Nika.
John Michael Smith,
Nika.
Illuminor, and Neal, more than likely, would be your starting five, barring Mizudu steps up. or something like that. I think Illumino will be starting at right guard, Evan Neal at right tackle, John Michael Smith at center, Runyon at left guard, and Andrew Thomas at left tackle. Is more than likely your starting five.
I'm going to watch between. I'll be honest, between Evan Neal, and I know I spoke about him earlier, and I still believe in him, but I'm going to look at Illuminor, Evan Neal, and Stinney. I'm still going to watch Stinney because it may be that if Stinney steps his game up or he wins the guard position, and Illumina may be your swing tackle, in that regard also. So they
And you
have a
just added Marcellus Johnson at the tackle group as well. So
yeah. So exactly, it gives you a lot of things that you can look at and try and see. And bottom line is competition.
yeah,
That's it. It's competition. So
best player for that position, and you make the second best player back him up. That's
exactly,
that's what it's about. So feelings aside, we need to do what's best for this team moving forward. Tired
exactly.
of watching them lose. Tired of watching guys get injured because of poor coaching or poor scheming. Um,
Hmm.
so we need to get it together from the top down and from the bottom up. Period. But I like the fact that Shane and Dable are creating competition. Getting Better Farm to go get a bunch of high name guys. Got some guys who have made a name for themselves in college and create some competition in the locker room and let these guys earn their spots.
Hmm. And then that's it. I mean, bottom line, guys got to eat. So let's see what's up. We've been through a lot. I mean, some fans are talking about Shane and Dable on the hot seat. That's I don't subscribe to that thinking right now. So unless it's a brutally terrible season across the board, but the biggest thing is offensive line. We've been harping on it for the longest while. And that to me the offensive line is paramount for this whole roster for this whole team,
Yep.
and that includes for the defensive line because a lot of people, some people don't realize your offensive line if it controls what you do offensively, that allows your defense to rest. And if
Yeah.
we can let our defense rest exactly, and if Tibbs and Burns are out there burning offensive lines and Dexter's pushing the pocket in the middle and you got Phillips and DJ Davidson and Riley. They're all pushing the pocket in the quarterback's
Ovia
face.
Gofu, I think he's going to make
Yes,
this team, the edge rusher undrafted that we got.
and that's the thing. And now Shane is also smart. He's going UDFA's because you know what, you also have to be honest with in terms of the salary cap. With the amount of money, but you want to find those diamond in the roughs on the back end of your roster. Not only to go out there and be vital contributors to their respective side of the ball, but they're also going to be vital to special teams. Our special teams has not been the greatest, so you need guys in return. I mean, in kickoff and punt coverage. You need guys who are in return who can at least hold the block. Along to allow your returner to make a play. So these guys, UDFA guys, that's also how they're going to get their foot in the door in the NFL. So
Yeah, it's a lot of good competition, man. That guy Ovi Ogofu, I think he's
hmm
going to compete for a job there at the edge rusher position. Casey Rogers, the defensive tackle, has a high motor. He gets after the run game and after the quarterback, more so a run stuffer and a tackler, but that's fine. We need that. The run was killing us last couple seasons, so
hmm
I'll take a defensive tackle like that. We missed the Dalvin Tomlinson and BJ Hill when they left. So um and he's not as big as those guys, so he's a little faster, but he has a very high motor. And then the DB that we signed from UCLA who led the Pac-12 with picks, he's a ball
hmm
hawk. So you add him with Deontay Banks and you add him with Tyler Nubin and Andrew Phillips and Aaron Robinson if he's healthy, and you let these guys compete.
hmm
Maybe we don't need Darnay Holmes here, or maybe he's just special teams guy. Who knows? But we got enough depth now where we can compete and not keep guys because we don't have guys to fill that slot. Now we can
hmm
keep the actual best player for that slot.
Exactly. So it's going to be intriguing. And then the biggest factor, more than anything, the players, they're going to come and go. But I'm also looking for the coaching staff. I need to see a level of continuity and just being able. You ain't got to like each other, but you got to be able to work with each other. And guys have to respect that Dave, whether you like him or not, he's the head coach. He's the boss. And if you have ulterior motives, I mean, everyone has a motive. They want to be at the pinnacle. You want to be a head coach. The majority of coaches want to end up being a head coach somewhere along the line in the NFL if they can. But you shouldn't have a hidden agenda, and you need to work with the head coach. Let him develop you so you can actually be a head coach somewhere along the line. But now you do your job, just like the players have to do their jobs. The coaches need to do their jobs, and I don't want to see any more of this. Whatever. The head coach is going to yell. I mean, now if you want to say he's disrespectful, you pull him to the side, you talk. You talk to Shane and him. Y'all work it out and you move on. I don't think Dable is going to continue down that road. I think he's tempering it down and he's learning along the way, and he's going to make some adjustments. So, but I just want to see the whole coaching staff because I wonder, to be brutally honest, if that also had a contributing factor in that locker room. And it's just not being put out there. All of it, all your garbage is not putting out there.
His outburst and the way that he reacted to
Hmm.
things,
Yeah,
it could be
and
a part of it. We do have a much more sensitive era than our generation, so
exactly.
some of these
Look,
guys need
I've
counseling if you see it.
I've always said the same. This and this is how I was coached. If my coach is yelling at me, that means he believes in you. And as a head coach, and as a coach, I've always told my players,
Yeah,
yo,
if
if
you
I'm
don't
getting
get it,
on
you're
you,
not going to expend that energy.
but they need to know that number one, you care about them and you believe in them. And I always tell guys when they come in, look, if I'm yelling at you and I'm getting on you, it's because I see something there and I'm trying to pull it out, pull the talent out
Parts.
of you. But if you come to the sideline and I just look at you and I turn around, you in trouble. You in trouble. I mean, and plenty of guys will tell.
Breath on this dude.
Nope. And they will tell you, I'll go, you're in, you're out. Sit down, have a seat. And that's the ultimate sometimes. When you get pulled, when you know you messed up and the coach is not trying to correct you, now you may be also out the door. So, and the same thing goes with coaches. Sometimes the head coach is going to get on you because, you know what, he knows you're a good coach and he's trying to get you to fit into what he's trying to do, but he's also trying to pull your talent out. So, like you said, Luce, nowadays, a lot of players, people, they become too sensitive, and what's the underlying joke that I say about myself? I'm the sexiest fat man that you'll know. You know, hey, I'm fat. I don't have any problems with it. No, but see, here's the thing. Many years ago, when after college, I saw one of my teammates, one of my good friends, and he saw me. He was like, "Hey, Gladney." First thing out of his mouth, "Damn, you got fat." And you know what? It didn't bother me. I knew what he meant. He said it out of love. But that's my point. Where if you tell somebody they're fat, if you're close, it's you become all upset. Where me, I don't get upset. I am fat. I know the truth.
Well, people need to be comfortable in their own skin. That's the bottom line. If you know there's something wrong that you don't like about yourself, fix it. Nobody else has the power to do it but you.
And
So
that's where coaching comes into play. A coach is going to get you. How many times I will tell you, I am not gonna lie, yell at a guy, you need to get your head out your ass. What the heck is going on out there? Now
that's what a
do
good coach is supposed to do. Make you
exactly.
acknowledge your faults, work on them, fix them, and improve.
Exactly, and that's all it is. And when you get to that level, I would want a coach that really,
Yeah.
it's not when I'm doing well. Oh, give me a good pat on the back all the time. Then I'm not. I'm gonna think, oh well, I'm elite. I'm this. I'm that. No, when I'm wrong, Bill Belichick didn't he always undress Tom Brady too?
Altman
So
Bell, wide receiver, makes the team. Monster Prey. Liam can play at the NFL level, might have grabbed future QB, great footwork, poise, arm talent, angles, any platform can throw 60 yards downfield easily.
from the D3 school, I know you're talking about too. out in the Midwest. So I mean, they because they always play against the what's it called, the Purple Raiders, always national champion, or Wisconsin Whitewater. They're one of those three schools. Exactly. So be comfortable who you are, but also know your strengths and know your weaknesses.
Yeah,
And if you feel that you don't like what you see, then you work, like Lou said, you work to improve it.
yeah.
Simple.
I've been working on my temper.
Hey, see that there you go. You've been working on it. So and you identified what the issue is, and you're trying. So, and that's all you can ever ask is make the effort. It's not always going to work. Hell, I always tell people, yeah, and people say, well, are you watching what you eat? Yeah, I'm getting a lot more, leafy greens and certain foods, and
Leafy
not
greens, eh?
and non-carb veggies and things of that nature. But I always say the same thing. But the hell, I'm going to sit here and cut out my sweets. Am I going to cut back? Yeah, I'm gonna cut back. But you know what? And what I've said to myself once a month, you're entitled to X, Y, Z, and that's it. Very simple. Once you go through it, then you can't get any more. And I've been staying true to that. So and that, like you said you're working on. Hey, I'm working on certain things. I gotta lose the weight, for my health. Want to be here for my grandbaby, but
That's a part of growth, though. If you're a person that's complacent and content with just being stagnant and not moving forward in life,
hmm
then hey, that's your opinion, that's your prerogative, it's your life. But me and you apparently, when we see something that we think we can improve on, we take the time to address it
and
and try to
this
do it.
and
That's
this
it.
this is why when people talk about my boy Evan Neal, what do people? Somebody said earlier, oh, he's lost weight, and I like hearing that because what did I say? He needs to lose some weight so he can handle speed. Case in
Yeah.
point, and you got this
Focus on calm.
competition.
Calm.
Yeah, but
Just
again,
focus.
could that be coaching? Yes. Could it be his weight
Speed.
and the coaching? So those are two things. You change them. Let's see.
That's why I
Just
said we'll see. Yeah.
exactly. Just like people talk about Daniel Jones, we'll see. No more security blanket. It's all on
Yeah.
him now.
It's on you now. Yep.
Exactly. So, and all these linemen coming into camp. Hey, if I'm Evan Neal, don't think because you're
High
a
draft pick,
seven
your
round.
spot is secure. Yeah.
Yeah, they're giving you a fair opportunity. They could probably be saying the same thing I say. He's been injured. He hasn't had enough games. You need time to develop him. And this may be it. This may be his last hurrah. So and I understand everyone who move him inside the guard, move him inside the guard. I don't subscribe to it right now. That's me. But hey, I could be a dumb coach. I know I'm not. I know
Hey,
I'm not.
listen. At the end of the day, all of these people with their opinions, none of them work for the New York Football Giants. None of them are in the GM spot or head coach spot. So all we can do is speculate, give our thoughts and what we would like to see happen, and then cheer for the team and hope for the best. That's about all we can do. That's why I don't waste no time arguing and getting my blood pressure up on Twitter with some
hmm
of these half baked fans and some of these schizos that just be they're trolling. So
Some of it is just entertainment, Lou. I just sit back and I just enjoy watching it.
what's good, Alex? Tap in. I would love to hear your thought on some of these undrafted free agents that we've signed. I've gone through some of the guys and given some of their stats and their size and their collegiate history. I would love to get your thoughts and your take on some of these guys, specifically Alex Johnson, cornerback out of UCLA, who led the
Mm.
Pac-12 with 5 interceptions and tied the NCAA for sixth all time. So yeah, I'd like to see
Look,
some of the Big Blue Crew Sports Network members' opinions and pick your brains and see what you guys think of some of these guys and the competition that's been created. Word, Lou, I
being
got
able,
hypertension too. No need to get it higher.
being able to get picks, interceptions, that's film study, reading tendencies, and a little bit of luck. It is a little bit of luck.
It's
It
a little bit,
is.
yeah, a
Yeah,
little bit of play, yeah, of
but
course.
it stems from what? Let
Being
me
in the
read the
right place at the
quarterback.
right time. Yeah,
Exactly. Reading the quarterback, What is their offensive tendencies? The down and distance. I can't stress that enough. The down and distance. That helps. That sets up everything because every coach, every team with certain down and distance, with certain formations, we all have tendencies. We all do, and that's what you pick up as the opposition reading the film. And that's what it boils down to.
Man, hop in the stream, man. I won't be reading your text all damn day, Alex.
He might have a little honey over there, man. Chill,
Oh, yeah,
Lou.
little honey. Well,
No, I'm
Luca's
joking. I'm just joking. I'm joking. I don't
Luca
know.
gonna hate. Luca and Jets fan, they always hating.
I don't know. I don't know. I was just joking, man. So, but I mean,
Also, I think he's talking about Jake Kubas, the kid from North
hmm
Dakota.
hmm
Um,
yeah, that's
yeah,
what we're talking about. So, um, I think North Dakota. I think also played North Dakota State. North Dakota play indoors, um, and why New York Giants never did that, I'll never understand. But that's another story. But damn, Josh, Shorty did your hair right. But again, like I told y'all earlier, definitely, can is physical in the run game. Um, there's some things in the pass game that I think he needs to work on: footwork, hand placements, knowing how to whether you extend and pop the shoulder, clamp when they're trying to get leverage and sustain and get good leverage, leverage and not too much extension, but control of the defensive player. There's techniques. Um, was it O-line mastermind is one that for those of you who want to study offensive line play,
Alex is
they
crazy. Are you being funny? He said they are also trying out Evan Neal's cousin and rookie
no,
mini.
yeah, I heard that. I heard that they signed Evan Neal's cousin also.
Jesus Christ.
I don't think he is he an was he an offensive lineman? I can't remember. I think Alex, was he an offensive lineman or was he a? I
Hop in,
can't remember.
hop in the stream, Alex. E-Man Perry said, "What?" Right. That's what I was like. What? He isn't
Can,
signed yet, just to try out. But yes, he's a guard.
okay,
Okay.
okay. Yeah, I didn't think he was signed. I just remember they brought his cousin in. So
Yeah. So far, only 4 of the undrafted free agents have been given guaranteed money.
DJ is the Terminator. It's Neil Illuminor and what's the other one from? Is the other one from Missouri a swing tackle or strictly a invitees? Jay Mac. Yeah, I mean they're also going to be doing a lot. I think they just also announced when rookie training camp tryouts are. Let me pull it up. I had posted it earlier. Miz. Rookie. Here's the camps. Um,
Matt Nelson.
Thursday, May 9th through Saturday, May 11th is the rookie mini camp, and then you have voluntary OTAs for all players. May 20th to 21st, May 23rd, May 28th and 29th, May 31st, June 3rd and 4th, and June 6th to 7th. Um, Basically, there's no contacts, just 7 on 7, 9 on 7, and 11 on 7. And then you'll have mandatory mini camp June 11th to the 13th, which is the entire roster. So there you go. So starting this Thursday, you're going to, for those of you who do care and are following, you're going to be getting little tidbits starting Thursday.
There you go. There you have it. For those of y'all who are been paying attention, big Coach Ed be dropping the
Yeah, I
college
know, I know, I
info for
know.
y'all. he stays up on it at the collegiate level. Uh, Keeps his eye on all the upcoming talent. So when he
I
speaks
know
on the
this.
college player,
What
it's
did that say? What did that say?
let me see. The schedule look gonna be interesting on Thursday.
Mm, okay, who do we think is going to be? I think it's going to be the Eagles week one,
Mm.
and it's going to be at home. That's just my opinion, and we all know why.
In New York
Yeah,
or
my personal opinion is going to be the
because
Eagles
of the
week
Knicks?
one in New York.
Because of the
No,
Knicks.
no, because of Saquon.
Ah, because of both.
Yeah. Oh, you're saying the announcement though. I was just saying week
No, I say
one.
because of the Knicks, because they was complaining that the Knicks fans took over the Philadelphia Sixers arena in the playoffs and all.
Giants fans are not Knicks fans. I'm sorry. As much as I love our fan base for the most part, nah, we don't get rowdy like that. We don't get rowdy like Knicks fans,
He
like us
said they
Knicks
play
fans.
Green Bay in Brazil that Friday.
Week one, they're starting the season in Brazil. Week one. Oh wow. Okay, then I digress. I'm sorry.
He said, I think.
Oh, okay.
Christopher Tony says the Cowboys.
I'm
Man
tired
Cave
of
says,
that.
yes, sir, fellas. What's good? Peace to the
What's up,
almighty
man cave?
penguin chat.
What's
Uh,
up, man cave?
S God in the building. What's good? We got the monumental Eagles are done. Don't matter if they got Shequan. Shaka Khan. Shaka Khan, let me rock it. Let me rock it, Shaka Khan. Let me rock your ACL tendons.
Okay, Drake coming back with his diss. Sorry, whatever, man. Drake can't rap. I don't care. I know
I,
I'm gonna offend
I
people
don't
with
like
that
none
one.
of this garbage, man. All he do is trash, in my opinion. You know, I might sound like an old hater, but I grew up when hip hop was hip hop. These dudes are trash. They're all on drugs. Bunch of Molly pilled out idiots.
I'll take it back. Yeah, I'm with you, Lou. I'll take it back old school. Back in the days, sitting in a cipher out on the stoops
There you
where it
go.
was really done. And Shania, what's the movie with Shania Lathan?
Loving basketball?
No. The the rap one. Damn.
Oh, with her and Most Def and
Yeah.
I forgot the name of that movie.
Yeah, that when it started out when they was kids, just
Yeah.
exactly. That's the way it was all over the tri-state. It didn't matter you in Jersey, Connecticut, New York. That's how it was. That's hip hop.
Alex says, yeah, just checked my facts. It's true. I say Dallas is our week one opponent.
Okay, Brown.
He said,
Thank you,
yes, they're
Dave
playing
Parker,
in
Brown
Brazil.
Sugar.
Eagles in Brazil week one for Green
Okay.
Bay.
Then I didn't. All right, so
Snookwan gonna get like 50 yards against us, no TDs. Shaka Khan? Shaka Khan ain't getting nothing.
but I'm gonna say losing what's one called Kelsey. I got to see with that offensive line because that's a big. That's a big. That's whoever comes in. That's going to be a big one. That's what we're down to next undrafted free agent JC.
Barbara Carroll says that's what we've down. That's what we're down to now. Undrafted free agents. Jesus Christ.
Like I said before, Barbara Cowell, because in college you had the super seniors, and it's not just the New York Giants. That's across the league. You're seeing a lot of undrafted free agents beat out veteran guys or some drafted guys because these super seniors
Brown
they
sugar.
had yeah they have the time put into in college where and guys got pushed down. You only have 7 rounds. I mean, I remember where it was what back when I was young. I think it was
Yeah.
12, 15 rounds back in the days. You don't have that now. You
Yeah.
don't have that. So but different era. Exactly. Goes so Victor Cruz was a UDFA. So
Rich Seibert, Sean O'Hara,
mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Spencer Paysinger, um,
Was Hydnoski on?
Henry Hynoski,
Yeah, you,
Chase Blackburn, all undrafted free agents that made an impact. Um,
think about that. That's good. The Giants, as an organization, usually identify the talent that other teams, for whatever reason, and they bring them in and they develop them.
yeah.
So,
E-Man Perry says if we face the Cowboys week one, it's got to be in Dallas because last year we were at home week one, 40 to nothing. Different team.
I
Victor
can't.
Cruz was
Oh
undrafted
my
free agent.
God, oh, man, I can't stand the Cowboy.
Yeah, it used to
That's
be
good.
more rounds with less teams. Yeah, ended up
Mm-hmm.
being one of the greatest Giants of all times in my book. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. I think they did Victor Cruz dirty. I forgot his name. Didn't like him.
Jerry Reese.
Slick hair. No, McAdoo. McAdoo didn't like him. Even after
Oh,
he came back healthy, he didn't want to play him.
Macadoodoo.
Yeah. Hi, Nimmer Hun. I just found your channel. It's nice to go Giants, baby. There you go. There's Kayla in the building. All right.
Wait a minute, where the hell did that come from? I ain't heard that name in a minute.
Yeah. I,
Damn.
I stay on point, son. CNN, if your heart stopped beating, I'll go back in time. Make your heart beat again. Real niggas to the end. Capone Noriega. It's gonna take us
Mm-hmm.
4 or 5 weeks to get comfy with the new defensive coordinator system. I don't expect a fast
Mm-mm.
start. What's going on, Shania FX? Alex says that's why I hate the NFL wanting to shift to 18 games, shortens the
I'm with
preseason
you.
showcase of these kids, undrafted free agents. If
No, I'm with that. I'm with.
practices to judge these guys, then fuck.
No,
Yeah,
I'm with you. If you're doing, see, to me, if you're going to go that route, I'm going to be brutally honest. Then you need to have a farm system. You really need to have a farm system, a legitimate farm system that you can put these guys in. Don't nickel and dime it, and use college and now the UFL and all this other stuff. Screw all that. This also allows you to develop coaches too. This allows you to develop referees too. Have them go down. Yeah, you can pull certain players up, throughout the year, maybe once or twice, but for the most part, leave them down there for the whole year, develop, and then the next year if you can bring them up, you know, that
yeah.
and
The
do
NFL should have like the minors.
yes, and
Huh.
and do it like baseball, because in baseball and college, a kid coming out of high school can either go into the professionals. But if they go to college, you have to be there a minimum of 3 years, period, case closed, which for the most part they are. But you're locked into 3 years. But if you go into the pros, then you go into the pros and you develop them, weight training, all of that stuff. You get them in the weight system, you develop them the right way. So, and that's what I think. If you once you're saying going to 18 games, I'm like, what are you going to do with preseason? I mean, are you saying you're going to move it up? Are you going to? I mean, I just can't, because that's a lot. That's a lot. 18 games, playoffs, and now 2 or 3 preseason games. I don't know. That's me. I might be too narrow minded.
Training camp practices and evaluating players there isn't as valuable as versus another opponent. I
Mm-hmm.
could face the same dude 50 times and make him my bit, but
Mm-hmm.
if I face a guy on another squad a few times, he might make me his bit, and
Mm-hmm.
then the hype is fake.
Exactly.
Alex, nobody plays in preseason. There were definitely more controlled scrimmages against other teams in camp, and they could also expand the rosters and have the second bye with the 18 game schedule. Definitely,
Mm,
Kayla.
good point.
NFL schedule release is this Thursday. Duck Down Production Health,
Mm. Hell
Wealth,
stuff.
Digging in the Crates, Mob Deep, Firm, Flipmore Squad, CNN, ATCQ. Okay.
Mm.
Nimar Nixon 6, Kayla's Picks. Let's go. All right.
Kill me with that.
Shout out to the genius in the building. His name is Big Lou. You heard? Can't pull nothing over on the
No.
kid.
Knicks Nation, y'all gonna kill me. Y'all gonna kill me. Nixon
Just taking
7.
it all the way, man. We're gonna whoop
Knicks in 7.
we're gonna whoop the Pacers, we're gonna whoop the Boston Celtics. It's a wrap, man. I'm not worried about none of it. None of it. So
Fran Drescher.
long overdue.
Miss Fine.
But we're probably gonna go for about 5 to 7 more minutes here and then wrap it up. I gotta work in the morning. Gotta get back into the swing of going live Saturday and Sunday back to back. Haven't done it in a while. We was up late calling the fights last night and shooting the shit. So gotta get back into the groove of going live double back to back like that. And then we'll probably be going live Monday night to call the next game. So it's gonna be a triple header Saturday, Sunday, Monday for me. So yeah, I got to get back into the groove of things slowly. I'm not gonna be on here 3 hours tonight. We did a 5.5 hour stream last night. So, so as long as we win, Tommy says we can finally see the air attack that Kafka has been trying to run with Brusillo fixing the O line and the wide receiver room. Hopefully you're right,
Hey,
Coach.
Nimar.
Knicks in 5.
Nimar, here's a little thing. All right. I'm superstitious. I'll really admit it. I'm superstitious. So 7. Last time I said Knicks in 7 in the last series, and I got pulled over to Knicks in 5 after they went up 3-1.
Went to
They
6.
lost. They lost 5, and I was just like, damn it. I'm superstitious. I am, man. I am. When I played, I wore the same damn socks. I mean, gloves, everything as much as I could. I'm superstitious guy.
What's up, everyone?
What's
What's
up,
going on,
Philly?
Philly halftime?
There's
E-Man
more.
Perry says,
There's.
I want to
There's
see the Wolves beat the Chicken Nuggets A88. I ain't saying the Pacers are a pushover, but I think the Knicks are
mm,
long overdue, and I think their momentum is going to carry them through this series here.
it's a matter of Alex. It's going to be a matter of who controls the
Pace.
pace.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really what it boils down to. Knicks can't play 7 guys and keep trying to run with the
I
Pacers.
know they can't do one thing. They can't keep trying to go in fast breaks when there's one against
Mm-mm.
4 or 5 and then
Mm-hmm.
shooting bricks from the perimeter.
Exactly.
They got to stop that. That almost cost us the series versus the Sixers. So pass the ball at least 3 times before you shoot and make sure your team is down there and go for the boards when the shot is made, when the shot is thrown. Sorry,
Okay.
dude. Don't ban me from the chat. Celtics fans, see you next soon. Hey, listen, I'm not mad at you for having opposing views, brother. I wouldn't ban you from the chat unless you said something crazy or ungodly or something that's going to demonetize my channel. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion, brother. You can be a Knicks fan, you can be a Celtics fan, you can be whatever fan, and we can get on here and talk shit to each other cordially. And
Mm-hmm.
that's it.
They go to
If they
Boston.
go to Boston for the conference finals, I'm gonna buy tickets cheaper than Madison Square Garden. Okay. I think the Knicks will win it all. They play old school basketball. They go for their offensive rebounds. Uh,
All right, Philly. All right, halftime. We'll talk later. I appreciate that. Exactly. Represent. New York Knicks fans travel. They represent well. So,
New York fans travel, man. We pull up. I've been to Kansas City for the draft, Detroit for the draft. Man, listen, we get up. Big Blue Crew Sports Network definitely pull up to your city. We'll be in Green
mhm.
Bay for the draft this year. You heard? So with Bojan Bogdanovic going back for tomorrow game. Let me
Bogdanovich is done.
yeah, he's Brunson
He
can't
had surgery. Yeah.
he is out for the playoffs, sadly. Yeah.
Mm.
But you guys let me know in the comment section what you think of these undrafted free agents. You think that some of these guys make the team? Are you glad that competition has been created in some of these position groups where depth has been definitely needed? Um, and do you think which one of these guys or multiple players do you think will see on the roster come week 1? Because I think a lot of these guys have a chance to make the 53-man roster.
Mm-hmm.
We have a lot of guys that were just here out of necessity for filling holes, And I think now we've created some competition, and some of those old familiar names and faces will no longer be here. Start
I think maybe one or two might make it, but the UDFA's, and it depends on who it is. So yeah, slot cornerback is definitely going to be interesting.
man.
I think Darnay Holmes though he's going to cut his rug on specials, and then coming in and playing zone situations. Which is going to be a tell when he's out there because he's not a manned corner. He's just not. No, I don't want to see him in no man to man. No, 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 no.
Flott, Holmes, Andrew Phillips, Aaron Robinson, if healthy. I love them. Finally true to Shane on his job to improve the team.
Hmm.
Okay. All right. Well, I want to thank everybody for stopping by. If you haven't subscribed to the channel already, please do so now. It is absolutely free. Also, make sure you subscribe to my co-host this evening, Coach Ed Gladney's Amazing World of Sports. I don't even know which way I'm pointing over here. This gentleman right there, the coach, Coach Ed Gladney's Amazing World of Sports on YouTube. Make sure you go sub him up. Also, Big Blue in the Bronx right there in the chat. Also a member of the Big Blue Crew Sports Network. So make sure you go subscribe to all of the members of the Big Blue Crew Sports Network, Unpopular Opinion Sports, Big Pat Sports Talk, uh, Big Blue in the Bronx, um, myself, G Nation Inside Sports, and the many other members of the Big Blue Crew Sports Network. I am tired. Jesus Christ. Uh, Coach Ed, let them know where they can find you, bro.
You just said it. Coach A. Gladney's Amazing World of Sports on YouTube and on Twitter. It's on Skies Papa 72. That's SKYSPOPPA 72. And if you want to hit me on Instagram, it's Don't Sweat the Technique.
Uh-oh, rock him.
Yeah. Hmm. Hmm. That's my Insta page. So
Yes, sir. We are definitely back at it, brother. Full fledged, man. And I got a bunch of shorts that I made and a bunch of videos that I'm releasing this week. I'm back on my grind full fledged, man. It's the Big Blue Crew Sports Network takeover, you heard? So y'all get ready for it because it ain't stopping. But thank you guys. Until next time, man. Y'all know what it is, you heard?
Ain't no chatting, no writing, just action. All my in front like they tapping. You already know. Popping. Ain't no stopping me now, steady rocking. Watch them hate on me now cause I'm locked in. Watch the hate on me now cause I'm popping. I ain't stopping.
And the New York Giants are the Super Bowl champs.